friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina and welcome to another reading vlog. So recently, I have been watching a bunch of booktubers, as always, when it comes to this hyperfixation that I have, let's call it. And I wanted to see if I could do with one of the challenges that my favorites have been doing of reading 200 pages a day for an entire week. So for starters, I do read quite fast, if I say so myself, if I am pretty much interested in the book that I am reading. However, there are cases, including this one, as you can see here, this tome of a book. I started this yesterday. As I am filming this, I started this last night. It took me like 3 hours to read up to page 30. So of course I was distracted, but it took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to get through 30 pages of Sherlock Holmes. So what I wanted to see is that if I am in a situation wherein I will just be free to read 200 pages a day, will I be able to do it? So today is actually Tuesday, 8 a.m. as I am filming this. I wanted to film this intro just so I could start immediately for my 200 pages. So I will have a little bit of a TBR for you guys today, and I actually have systematically picked out my 4 books that I'm going to show you today. I counted it up, and supposedly if you're reading 200 pages for a whole week, your total has to be 1,400 pages. So these 4 books amount to just a bit over 1,400 pages. So the first one that we're going to be choosing, actually these are almost all of them are part of my May TBR. So for the purposes of reaching or completing that May TBR, I am doing this vlog as well, a sort of motivation for myself. We are going to start with Vengeful by V. Schwab. This is the second book in the Villains, I guess supposedly trilogy now, by V. Schwab. I have finished Vicious, which is book 1 last month, and I very much enjoyed it, and I want to pick up the second book immediately. So a few nights ago, I actually started this, and I am now at page 49 of this book. And if you can't see what 200 pages look like, this is 249 as I put my bookmark in. This is how much it is, at least for this copy of the book. That is how it looks like. Vengeful is 462 pages, so this is 2 days worth of read, supposed to be, for me. The next book I have here is also another V. Schwab book. This is book 1 of the Shades of Magic trilogy, A Darker Shade of Magic, also part of my May TBR. This has a total of 400 pages, so this has bigger spacing, I guess, but 200 pages is that much. This is also 2 days worth of reading supposed to be for me. So we have already 4 days here. Another that I chose is a digital copy, actually, of mine, of A Botanical Daughter by Noah Medlock. This was pitched to me as sort of gay couple, but Frankenstein's monster sort of situation. It's they put in their Mary Shelley, so Frankenstein, right? So it was I believe that these two botanists hid themselves in sort of a greenhouse or garden or something, and wanted to create a daughter for themselves using their plant knowledge, and that is the extent of my knowledge of that synopsis. So it is 384 pages, so 2 days short-ish of reading, and I decided that because there are a few pages short, I wanted to at least get a head start when it comes to this tome, which is probably a bad idea because this book, this chunky volume 1 of the complete novels and stories of Sherlock Holmes, is 1,000 pages. 1,050 something. 1,059 pages. 1,059 pages, but I wanted to just start with A Study in Scarlet and The Sign of Four. So I actually put in mini tabs at the start here for all of the stories that are part in this collection. So A Study in Scarlet is the first one here. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Study in Scarlet is here, and it is 120 pages long. So it's in here, 120 pages. And then The Sign of Four is here. So it's like 116 pages. So the remainder of like the page count that I need to finish for this vlog is supposed to be this much. So yeah, I'm going to start. I'm excited to start because I really wanted to like read Vengeful again, like to keep on reading it. I even started with like my tabs here, such. But yeah, it's very exciting, and I don't really want to put it down. So we'll see if I'm able. So I'm going to keep this bookmark here, just so I can see if I'm able or like close, even remotely close to the 200 pages that I need to finish for today. And I'm going to take you along for the ride and see how much I succeed or fail in this challenge. Hello, I am back. It is day 2 of this challenge. I have reached page 262 of Vengeful by V. Schwab. Where I started yesterday was page 49. So for day 1 of this challenge, I have successfully read 213 pages. So I decided this is where I am right now on the first, if it could focus, on the first bookmark. I'm at the first bookmark as of the moment. And then I just placed the second bookmark on the 100 pages mark, just so I don't feel too overwhelmed to read. That is usually what I do when it comes to like reading big books that I have like a sort of deadline for. I break it up into chunks, usually like 100 pages chunks, or like I will read 5 chapters if the chapters are short. So today we are going to finish this book because the reason why I reached up to 262 yesterday is so that I have 200 pages left to read in this book to call it done, because it's 462 pages. So I'm very much enjoying this. As you can see, my tabs to the side here, I don't know why I'm having trouble focusing, but as you can see from the tabs here to the side, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I am enjoying this book more because of the new cast of characters. Even though I really enjoy the adventures of like the main cast of characters from book 1, which is Vicious, the addition to like the problems that arise in the second book is actually quite thrilling and quite exciting to see, like very unhinged women wanting their revenge against the men that had treated them wrongly, or like treated them like as if they were just things rather than people. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of exciting, as I said. This is more to me like the first book felt like very much a superhero comic sort of storyline, while this one, as a revenge plot, feels more like a thriller, like just a thriller, a supernatural thriller. Like it is less like superhero versus supervillain sort of save the world situation, but rather more like revenge stories, more like using your supernatural powers in order to get what you want done. Rather than the first one just being like a fight for justice. And I'm very much enjoying it, and I really want to finish reading this. I have checked Goodreads actually to see whether or not the third book, like Victorious, I don't know when it's coming out, because the last time I saw that, like the listing was like 2018, I guess, or like 2019, and I don't know if it's coming out anytime soon. But I really want to like get this finish reading this because I'm excited, and also like this fear of like once I finish reading this book, will I be left in a cliffhanger? Will I crave for the third book immediately or not, and like be disappointed that it's not out yet? But yeah, I'm very much excited. So we're going to read 200 pages of this book today, and if ever like I finished reading like the 213, or was it 214? Because the math of like counting pages is that the biggest page number minus the lowest page number plus 1, because technically you're reading the page number of the smallest page number as well. So probably 214 pages, but that's fine. It'll count to 13 or 214. It's still over 200 pages. So I actually finished reading early yesterday for this. So what I'm thinking is that if ever I'm going to finish early the 200 pages today, I might just pick up the next book if I'm still in the mood for it, which is about Botanical Daughter that I mentioned in my TBR earlier, because I'm quite excited to read that as well. So we'll see about that, and yeah, I will update you once I have finished with this book and move on to the next one. Good morning, it is the next day. I have successfully finished Vengeful by V. Schwab. As you can see here, my tabs are like, there are plenty of tabs in here, and I've really enjoyed it. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars actually. It is more thrilling, I guess, for this second book compared to the first one, at least in my opinion. I gave the first one a 4.75 stars, so round it up, it's still a 5-star book. But I think I like the second book better, not only because it is like there are more players to this whole scenario other than just Victor and Ellie being like a college sort of rivalry. This time there are more players involved, more stakes, and more like outer variables to this whole experiment, I guess, that they are doing. And I really enjoyed like the different twists and turns when it comes to the people involved, how they got their supernatural powers, like the story behind each and every character, their motives, and their like reason for their actions. There are a lot of like unhinged people here, especially women who have been wronged and are seeking revenge. And it's kind of like it's pretty much cool. It's super villains basically, and each and every one of them is like on a different scale of evilness, I guess. And you can't really say which ones of them, like all of them are actually technically evil, but it's like choosing the lesser of two evils, I guess. But this is like that sort of situation. So I really like Vengeful. The ending, I am quite surprised of, but I could see that this, like going to the third book, if ever the third book is coming out, I could see two ways that it would go. Like it might go like a new different set of characters with some of the characters that are included in this one and in the first book to reappear, or it is a continuation of this one and like a twist on the ending of this one. I actually want to see like a twist ending, but I think it's just me holding on to like one character that I will not spoil what happened to that character, but I could see like in another timeline or another possible option for it to go about the stories that they might reappear, something like that. But we'll see. The ending, I guess there is like one thing though that remains unknown to me. Like there might be something here that could possibly happen as well. Like there are so many endings or like ends that needs to be tied before the whole story, I think, could get like a satisfying ending. And also like if you're going into the villains series, the first book, if you're like going to just stop on the first book, that's okay as well because it feels like definitive. Like the ending feels like it could end there. This second book actually feels more kind of like this second book actually makes you feel like there is more to it. So yeah, I'm pretty much excited for, I think it is Victorious, the third book, and I'm going to immediately pick that up once it's like on sale. So I'm pretty much excited. Quite a lot of tabs here. The tabs that I placed here actually are like, I can't really tell you what they are because it will spoil the whole plot or like the one of the plots in the second book. So yeah, that's why I won't explain it. And I did manage to start reading my supposed second book for this whole vlog, my second book for this whole challenge, which is A Botanical Daughter. And I have a digital copy of that, and I got not too far into that book. I think I am at page 22 of that book. So I'm closing day two of this 200-page challenge with the total of 222 pages for day two. That's a lot of twos in one string of sentence. But I did remember that this weekend, Sunday, is Mother's Day, and I might go out, and it might be like we're going out to breakfast as well as some sort of like a road trip situation. So I wanted to actually bring a digital book with me, like it's on my phone. So I am reserving A Botanical Daughter for that road trip, and decided like I haven't really thought about this, but I was thinking that I don't want to like go back to back V Schwab when it comes to this challenge. However, since I had that reserved and I don't feel like reading Sherlock Holmes as of the moment, my second book is going to be A Darker Shade of Magic by V Schwab. This is 400 pages, so this is 2 days worth of reading as well. But who knows, I might finish this. I hope this is a quick read. Like, I'll see how much I could go about this, because for the first 2 days, I guess what I've been doing when it comes to my reading is that I want to like reserve these 200 pages and just stop there so that I could have something to read the next day. But this time, I'm going to see how far I'm going to go with this book to see if like I end up finishing all 400 pages in a day. So we'll just see about how much I could read off of this one, and then we'll think about the next book if ever I finish the whole TBR early before the 7-day period has been consumed. So yeah, this is my second book, A Darker Shade of Magic, and I don't know anything about this other than I think the main character is selling some form, like a smuggler, for services that is related to magic. So yeah, I'm going to get right into it because who knows, if we're going out on Sunday and I finish reading this, I might pick up the second book if I'm really liking it. And thinking about it, I probably will like it. So yeah, I want to read this so I can pick up the second book if ever this weekend. Hello, it's Friday morning. I'm in my room, here to update on how many pages I have read yesterday. I could not put this book down. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Oh, well, I actually don't really enjoy Delilah, the girl that is with Kel. I believe this is Kel, our main character. And yeah, Delilah's kind of bit, or Lila, it's kind of bit annoying, but it's fine. I could not put this book down. I actually read 261 pages of this book yesterday, the whole day. I just sit down and read as much as I can. I'll be kind of distracted because of Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, but still, I'm going to finish this today. I'm quickly filming this update because I really wanted to finish this. I might pick up something else after this because this is less than 200 pages left in this book. So we'll see. I will come back later once I have finished this and pick out my next book. Okay, I am here for an update. I have finished A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab, the first book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. It is the same day, it's like 1 p.m. now, and I have finished 138, I guess, pages. So I still need around 62 pages to complete today's challenge, but I would like to quickly talk about this book. I really, really enjoyed it. I am pretty much excited to get the second book. And I kind of bit spoiled myself actually with the ending of this one because I don't know why. I was like taking a break from reading and I looked through Goodreads only to spoil myself of the ending. So going back, Darker Shade of Magic is about different parallel universes of the same London. So there are four types of London in like this whole world wherein it is connected by magic. And because of an incident that happened to one of these Londons, they somehow closed their doors to each parallel world, and like people with magic affinity can no longer travel within those worlds. So since there are four Londons, they are all like identified based on color. So red London is the London where our main character Kel lives. There is Grey London, where is in another of like the supporting, I guess, characters live, who is Delilah Bard, which is a human. Grey London is the human world wherein no magic exists, or like it's like so low that people don't feel it anymore. Then there is White London, and they only survive there like through killing one another. And then there is the what they now considered as like myth or legend, Black London, which like prioritizes like power of magic, and somehow it has been consumed by that magic. So the reason why like these different Londons like close their borders, close their doors, for traveling or traversing to different realms is because of this said Black London, which was like consumed by dark magic. And Kel here, our main character, is one of the two people who are able to still make doors in order to travel within the different universes. And what do you call this? He is also like, even though he is like has this ability, and he also like is part of the royal family. It's London, of course. There's royal family. He somehow like breaks a little bit of their rules, wherein he should not bring anything from like the world he is currently in to another world. Like he is basically a smuggler of like tiny trinkets and items of like lower magic or just simple items. He collects music boxes, so that's kind of cute. But there is this one like moment wherein he has a deal that gone wrong, and that's like the whole plot of this book, which I won't really talk about more unless I might spoil more of it. There is a lot of war in here. There's a lot of like altercations, and the person I mentioned earlier, like Lila Bard or Lila or Lila, I don't know how you pronounce her name. I'll call her Lila. Is a human who you tend to get like these types of stories wherein like the human is somehow special. Like of course she's special, but they don't really show it that much in this first book, I guess. I don't know, but she's a thief basically, and she stole something from Kel, and that is how like they started their interactions. and how their story and journey began. What I didn't like about Delilah, I guess, is that she is like, I know that some characters have their charm for being stubborn, but sometimes being overly stubborn is kind of a bit annoying to me. So as you can see here, to the side are my tabs. I didn't really differentiate at all some of this. It's like the green one I placed in here, just sort of like moments that I want to remember or like want to go back to. Mostly they are like lore bits, something about either Kel, Delilah, or their family, like general lore of like the different Londons and such. The pink one is actually like some sort of like a little bit of like it's either flirtatious interactions, some sort of like romance included in it, which some of it I don't really like, and some of it is like this is kind of fruity, but still. The red one, which is like only two, actually there's one here and one at the bottom, that is like the only moments wherein I find that I was annoyed with Delilah. Like at first it was tolerable, but in the near end, like two in the near end, it's kind of a bit annoying. So I just wanted to mark that. And then the gray ones are the ones that I kind of like teared up a little bit. It like broke my heart, especially with interactions with Kel and his brother. It's mostly like that. And what I really enjoyed about like most of like I say most, I only have read like three books by V. Schwab, but what I noticed that I like about the way she formats her books is through these like checkpoints. Like there are different checkpoints like that, like in each of these, like this is like a whole chapter, and each chapter has like sub chapters in them, and I really like that because I was like very much excited to reach another checkpoint. I felt the same way when I read Vicious and Vengeful, wherein they have like not necessarily vicious actually, it's more in vengeful. They have like a few major chapters in there, but this one has like a lot of checkpoints, and I like, oh, I'm going to not sleep yet and just go until the next checkpoint, like this one, and then like that's where I ended, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty quick. If I was like not distracted yesterday by like playing Pokemon, I would have finished this in like one sitting, to be perfectly honest. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the next book if I'm able to like get it like within this week. But since we are still not through with the challenge, I'm going back to another London. I guess I think this is like, I know like a type of book that I like, and it mostly revolves around like England, I guess, like historical fiction. Sometimes it's like I also like it when it's like based on England. As for my like supernatural fantasy, this is also like London, like it's like still England. And then the next book that I picked up, which you have seen in my TBR in the beginning of this video, is also London related because it's Sherlock Holmes. And I still have like 62 pages, I believe, for today. So I am starting at page 32, which is perfect actually, or 31. I'll just start at 31, wherein it is chapter 4. And I counted how many like to get me to 62 pages, and it's kind of perfect because it is like the whole chapter, so it's this much. 63 pages is this much. This is still like a tome of a book, even though it's like short, but I want to get through this. I like did not put my bookmark there, so yeah, we're going to get through this one, and I will update you tomorrow on like my final total of the pages for like what day is it today. Is it day 4? I believe it's day 4. Okay, it was so embarrassing yesterday because what I thought was chapter 5 of this book turns out to be chapter 5 of part 2 of Study in Scarlet. So it is already day 6 as... Is it day 6? Oh, day 5, I'm sorry. It is day 5 as I am filming this, so I'm going to give you a tally of day 4's pages. So yesterday, I have successfully read 224 pages of all of the books that I read yesterday. So I have finished A Darker Shade of Magic, which I have already told you about in a previous clip. I did start A Study in Scarlet, and I kind of like ended it on that part 2 of the whole segment of the story, this one, because yesterday it was so freaking hot. Like it was super hot in the afternoon and I could not focus. And then this whole story is like being told in a way wherein the setting is like an arid desert. I can't read a book about a desert while I myself am feeling very hot. So I stopped here. So A Darker Shade of Magic, I got 139 pages off of that until the end. A Study in Scarlet, I started in page 32, and ended up in page 67. So I have 36 pages to that. So I needed around 25 pages. So I decided to just pick up A Botanical Daughter again, and I got to like 49 pages of that. So I started in page 23 and ended the night with page 71 because I felt like a huge migraine yesterday, and I couldn't read anymore. So I knocked out early. And since I said like I already got my 200 pages for the day, might as well just rest and rest my eyes. So that's 224 pages for day 4, and it is already like almost the noontime right now, and I haven't read a single page. So I still believe that A Botanical Daughter is like a quick read. It is around 380-ish pages, 384 pages, and I'm at page 72. Starting page 72 today. So I think it is like a very quick read. So tomorrow is Saturday as I'm filming this. Tomorrow's Sunday, Mother's Day. We're going out, and I don't think I'm able to like update at my mark for day 6. So I'm just going to come back and update when I am able to film again, and just keep reading. So my thing is that if I am to finish A Botanical Daughter tonight or like tomorrow morning, I'm thinking of what my next read is going to be. I'm thinking between What Feasts at Night. It is like a shorter book, sort of like a novella by T.K. Fisher. And the second option I have is The Warm Hands of Ghosts, whose author is escaping me right now. But I will put the book covers on the screen. So it's between those two because both of them are part of my TBR for the month of May. So it would be wise for me, right, to do this challenge while knocking out TBR that I have set for myself in the beginning of the month. So yeah, that is an update for today, and I will come back once I have time to film again. I haven't even started reading yet for today, and I'm here stuck making bookmarks out of like booster boxes of Cardfight Vanguard and also Pokemon TCG. Making a lot of bookmarks today. And so we might have encountered a little bit of a problem in this challenge of ours. So it is already 1 p.m. as of filming this in the 7th day of our supposed 200 pages per day for a week challenge. And no reading has happened so far today. Yesterday, also a little bit of reading has happened. I did manage to finish A Botanical Daughter, and that is like around 95 pages only for yesterday, day 6 of our challenge. So today I haven't really read that much just yet. I just went home from errands Monday morning, pretty much very busy. But I do have a little bit of a book haul for you for this video. Like, I'm just going to insert it now. Yesterday, I went to Natsucon, which is an anime convention, and it's like a Y2K theme. I did have like a few hours there, like around I think 11:30 in the morning until 4, so it was quite a bit. But I didn't really buy that much merch during that time. I did meet a bunch of like my old schoolmates there, but my main like focus yesterday was to actually buy books, and I only wanted to actually buy 2. I ended up with 3, so I did purchase yesterday books 2 and 3 of the Shades of Magic trilogy. I decided to just pick it up because I know I will still like if I end up finishing this book, I will want to buy the next one. So I decided to just buy it. This is like a hefty book as well. Like both of them are heftier compared to the first one, and since it's the same edition, it looks pretty on my bookshelf. So I am going to jump into this immediately after I film this video to have like I think what I'm going to do today is to hopefully read 305 pages just to see if I can make it like 1,400 pages for the whole week, in order to catch up all of the pages that I haven't read yesterday. Even though I did like fall asleep to a audiobook, I did listen to The Cruel Prince, the first one of the Cruel Prince trilogy by Holly Black, and I did like listen to 2 or 3 hours worth of the audiobook, but I do not want to count audiobook into this challenge because I really want to see, like, I really want to read the books or the words on a page in order to count it to this challenge. And the other book that I ended up picking up yesterday, other than these 2, is Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but this is quite a very pretty edition. And I saw this, and there is this other edition, like a more classic looking edition of this book that I saw, and it's like when it comes to Philippine peso, it's like 800. I bought this for 295, which is like, it's still fine. It's still Crime and Punishment. I don't know, because it's like the new translation as stated here, if there is any difference to it. But I hope this is still an okay edition for like the translation. I did try the audiobook of Crime and Punishment. However, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to listen to. So I decided to just buy this and like annotate, tab it, highlights, do my reactions and annotations in here. And my brother also actually told me that he is interested in reading this book. If not, then I will pass on the link to the audiobook to him, because I couldn't do the audiobook. So it is also quite a hefty book with a bunch of like tiny text. So this is going to be a classic read for another month. I don't know, maybe next month or the month after that, because I still have like A Study in Scarlet that I haven't finished. So yes, I am going to end this update for the moment, so that I could start reading the next book in order to start my 305 pages for the day. Hello there. It has been a couple of days actually since I last updated you all of this challenge, and today I'm just going to wrap it up. It has been, today's like Thursday. So the whole 1 week, 200 pages per day situation that we have here is supposed to wrap up like Monday, so that was like 3 days ago. Let's just say that this week has been super chaotic and super busy, that I couldn't get my 200 pages for the last 2 days of our challenge. So I started off pretty good actually, with like the first day being 213 pages, second day 222, 261 for the third day, 224 for the fourth, the fifth one to 20, and then we reached Sunday, which was busy because I was out the whole day until like early evening to attend a anime convention, Y2K Con, Natsucon. So it was quite chaotic, but I did buy a lot of books on that day. I did film a book haul, I believe. And yeah, I only got around 95 pages of A Botanical Daughter by Noah Medlock. It is only to like finish the whole book. I realized I didn't mention what this book was about during my last update. So A Botanical Daughter is like, think of it as Frankenstein-ish, but like plants. So this is about two quite wealthy gentlemen. One is a botanist and one is a taxidermist. They both live in this huge greenhouse owned by the botanist, and they are like living there in order to like do their all of their experimentation and all of their stuff while sort of like hiding, I guess, from the public, or like the people that the botanist has hired to like be in their community. The botanist is kind of like a rich heir, and also they are both a couple. So somehow they are in that greenhouse in order to live their own lives and do whatever it is that they want to do without like the public eye, basically. And so they have this situation wherein they encountered a specimen, the botanist has encountered a specimen wherein they could create some sort of a botanical daughter, quote unquote. So I won't spoil you what it is, so you could like enjoy the process of how they did it, I guess. Like, this is so sad because it's like this is their only chance to have like a daughter of their own or a child of their own, being a gay couple, and it was like pretty much moving and also like mind-boggling. Like, it begs the question of like whether or not what they do is ethical or not, whether to regard this thing that they did as a person or as just a thing or whatever it is. So like, it's pretty much Frankenstein-ish. So I really much enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star, and yeah, it was enjoyable. I quite recommend it. And the last day, the day 7, which was Monday, I actually was able to read 122 pages, which is A Gathering of Shadows, second book in the Shades of Magic trilogy by V. Schwab. And I have been pacing myself because I think Monday I have not really much recovered my energies from the event that happened the day before. That's why I wasn't able to like read a bunch, but 122 pages, still quite fine. I think I did overestimate myself when I did this challenge, because 200 pages is quite a lot, to be perfectly honest. I should have like started this whole challenge reading 100 or at least 150 pages, but I straight in jumped to 200 pages, which to my like own timing, I believe is like I do read for like 40 pages per hour, depending on like the genre and depending if it's like a classic or not, or if it's like very easy to read. And for example, I did manage to touch up a bit of like A Study in Scarlet, Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes. Only read about, how many pages was that? I didn't note it down here. 36 pages for 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get through those 32 pages. This is quite a hefty book, a hefty story for a classic. So still, it is fine. Out of all of like the challenge that we did for this week, I managed to finish 3 books and start a few of like the others. So we did finish Vengeful, second book in the Villains series by V. Schwab, another V. Schwab book, first book in the Shades of Magic trilogy, A Darker Shade of Magic, I really love this, and also A Botanical Garden by Noah Medlock. So quite strong with the lineup because both of these are 5-star books for me. The other one is a 4-star, so it's a win. Even though I will have to call this whole challenge like a somewhat fail for the end of the week. So I might reattempt this whole challenge again, maybe after a few months. Let's not burn ourselves out by doing this right off the bat, but I believe I will likely reattempt this to see if like there is really this 1 week wherein I will be able to like finish 200 pages without missing a day. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this little challenge that we have here, and leave down in the comments how many pages are you able to realistically read in a day, because technically even though there are some days when nothing really happens, I might end up reaching that 200 pages goal, but in the evening before I sleep, I even listen to the audiobook. So technically this week I also finished The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, the first book, just by listening to the audiobook before I sleep. So I did not count that to our total pages because I want it to be like me reading like a book or a digital copy, like reading the words and not listening to anyone narrating. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next video. So until then guys, take care and